So these are pictures of Sigma Sound Studios, probably a week or so before they start doing the construction up in the A room. But this first picture is the lobby when you would walk in the front door. That so the windows were all black tinted, so nobody could look inside. But that was the lobby that had been redone by the new owner, Mario Santoro. And then the next picture, another picture of the lobby, and you can see across the street the parking lot there. Uh, Next picture, another picture of the lobby with some couches and some platinum records. And that hallway, you would walk up like two stairs, and then there was a doorway, and that would go straight into the B room. That was on the first floor. And if you went halfway that distance and to the left, there was another production room there. The doorway, this is still the lobby, the doorway to the left there, that went to this hallway that went around the side of the building, and it had glass blocks, so it let natural light into that hallway. And the first door to the left, that's the doorway to my office. So there's a better shot of the doorway to my office. I had that window there and the glass block back there. And that was originally the original manager, Harry Chipowich, I think that was his name. That was his office. But when you see a lot of pictures of Sigma, the people out front, you see those glass blocks. It was interesting. I would sit at my desk there and I could look to the right side and all the black windows. Nobody could see in, so I could see people, looking at the windows and using them as mirrors. And it was kind of strange. But here's this is a picture of the inside of my office, and there's that window I was talking about on the right hand side there, and I could see that. You see that parking meter there. There was some guy who kept on, I think he put a quarter on a piece of string and he was putting it in the meter and then he was pulling it out. And somehow he was robbing that meter constantly. And I would just sit there, just fascinating. He didn't know I was watching him, but that's just life in downtown Philly. There's another picture of my office looking out into the lobby. There's that glass wall behind me. It was beautiful. And it's in a lot of pictures that you see at Sigma. Here are some better shots of the lobby downstairs. They put all new furniture and carpets in there. Another picture of the lobby. Yeah, more pictures of the lobby. So here's the A room upstairs. You can see we have the SSL, the J9000, and then pretty much the same way it's looked since the 80s. That's when it was built by George Osberger. I had a pair of Quested 2108s and a pair of Quested F11s up on the top there. But they had these big Osbergers in the soffits up on the top. And you can see the dimmer switch, the pots at the end for turning up and down the lighting. And in the back of the room, you can see the big patch bay for multi-pins for moving for different multi-tracks if you wanted to hook them up. So that was the A room. Here's another picture of the A room. You can see the back, and that was material in the back there that went through. So it was kind of a big bass trap. And those little doors, you could walk through there and walk to where a Frankfurt Wayne used to be in the back, and that was to the front of the building. Looking at you can see my Pro Tools system. That was my personal system on the right-hand side with the G4 and the 888s and the Apogees I had in there. I brought that with me when I came to work there. There's a better shot looking straight out, and you can see the big Osbergers up in the soffits. There's another shot of the A room, and it looks big in the picture, but it was a little crowded when you got too many people in there. And that was the one thing when I had brought Serb and John Haynes over there, they both told me, the control room's too small. There's more people want to be in the control rooms, and that was one of the main reasons we were looking to expand, and that's how that wasn't the only reason, but that's why they expanded the A room. There's the A room, the live room there, and you can see on the right-hand side, they had the piano there, and they had the soffits there, for putting guitar amplifiers in the back were those heavy gold curtains, drum ISO booths, so those sliding doors would, close that off completely. And you had speakers up in the not the ceiling, but so for to talk back. And more pictures of the A room. This is from the back of the A room looking towards the studio. You see the piano on the right-hand side. That's the ISO booth for the vocalists. But those columns in the middle, those were the thing that Joe wanted to get rid of, and some of them you just couldn't hide them. The other ones were hidden in the walls. But eventually the new owner, Mario, brought the ceiling up to 10 feet and got rid of all those columns. And when we had the blueprints to make the new place, there was going to be no columns in the place, but they ran out of money before they could finish the room. That is the lobby upstairs right outside of the Studio A with all the gold records. And so there's a lot of pictures of people being in that room. This is the other thing that people would always ask me, what cool stuff did you see in there? And this was their mic closet, and you can see how they stored their microphones. And then they had all the outboard gear in racks, so you could pull it and take it into whatever control room you wanted to use it for that day. The microphones weren't in storage too long. I mean, they were always put there for inventory, so they would count them after the session. But it was almost immediately they go back into another session. Here's another shot. You can see the microphones and the outboard gear. There was a lot more gear at other different places, but this was the right. You would go out the A room, down the hallway, and it was at the back of the studio. That's where they had this mic closet at. And there's a picture of me in the office. So there you go. Maybe find these interesting. Okay.